Yeah, so look, even though, and look, I stand by my 10 out of 10 scores for episodes 5 and 6 of Zatima, but mainly episode 6. And also to throw it back, let's talk about episode, what was it? Episode 1 of season 4 and episode 6 of season 4. Episode 1 ended, with Zach and Fatima at the hospital. Angela was at the house doing cleanup after the repast got, interrupted by the gangsters and whatnot, with the thugs with the gun. And Leslie just came waltzing in with the spare key, mentioning how Fatima gave her one and she just stopped by to see how things were going because she had heard about what had happened with Zach's brother. And Angela's like, well, if you want the details, I mean, since you and Fatima are so close that she would give you a spare key since Angela doesn't have one, she's like, just give Fatima a call. And then in episode 2, we have a 4-month time skip, and there was never any mention or nod to this being brought up by Angela to Fatima at any point in time, because it just doesn't seem like it's like Angela will run to Fatima or Belinda about any sort of tea. And to have something as off-putting as someone just waltzing into your girl's house, even though she has a spare, which was seemingly given to her by Fatima, it's kind of like, wait a minute, this girl, I know her and Fatima were besties back in the day, but she just got back into town. They haven't seen each other in years, but all of a sudden she gets a spare key, but me and Fatima have been girls for a long time and I haven't gotten a spare key. And Angela not saying this out of jealousy, but just confusion. And then we jump to episode 6 where, Belinda has her encounter with Leslie at the salon. And unlike Angela, we see Belinda hop on the phone and tries to make sense of this situation, basically to warn Fatima about some girl named Leslie who is trying to be, I don't know, a clone of her. But of course, we were frustrated as fans because Fatima didn't want to hear any of it. Because to be fair to Fatima, yeah, you got to look at Belinda's track record. All those years they were friends. So anytime Belinda would talk to her about some woman, it would be some tea or drama and whatnot. And of course, she would instantly link it to Zach in this situation because she feels like this is Belinda's way of getting back on her good side. So I know it was frustrating for fans to not, have Fatima listen to Belinda to be warned about Leslie. I mean, look, this is something that is a plot thing. This isn't exclusive to Zatima, because if memory serves, Andy did the same thing to Fatima in season 8 when Fatima called Andy from the law firm to warn her about how, hey, you're absent from the firm now, and Robin is giving Hayden your caseload and making me work under him now. But instead of listening to Fatima talk, Andy rushes her off the phone because she's doing what I believe, I forgot. Was it Robin's advice? I forgot whose advice it was, but essentially be by Gary's side or just be seen as someone grieving, since remember, you were about to get married to the dude, he got stabbed. It's not a good look if you're... Oh yeah, it was Robin, because Robin was acting as her legal counsel. Essentially, yeah, it wouldn't be a good look for you to be seen with your ex after, your fiance got stabbed. So you might want to be seen at the hospital, to kind of clear your track record, so to speak. And in the midst of that, she was more concerned with that as opposed to listening to whatever Fatima had to say. So yeah, this isn't new. It is a frustrating plot convenience, but I don't know, maybe when Belinda does get to meet with, when Belinda is slowly back in Fatima's good graces, that's when she'll mention the Leslie thing, but I wouldn't count on it because we do know that in the sneak peek for this season, Belinda will be present at Zach and Fatima's house for the maternity shoot. So remember what Fatima said, that we'll just play it by ear and we'll go slow. And maybe, just maybe, you and I could start rebuilding our friendship. So I don't know. Honestly, I don't think it's going to come up in conversation, even though it definitely should. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.